Jack here, owner of Hockey Alley, bringing you back hockey history. Today I got special guest NHL referee Wally Harris. I'm going to be asking him about the referees of today and what it was like for him back in the day when he refed. He let the players play. Let's see how it goes. Hi Wally, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Good. Thank you for coming on and talking to me on my channel.
That's my pleasure.
Yeah. Have you been watching the playoffs?
Actually, I just watched about 4 or 5 games. I
And
mean, it's good hockey in the playoffs.
yeah, what do you think of the refing?
Well, the roughing, I haven't really looked at them closely. And as far as I know, there's so many of them now.
Mm-hmm.
And, some of them with 32 teams, you got referees. They won't see the same referee very often. So I don't know. I don't know how you can correct that. And there's so many young rookies, but they'll all learn how to do this game. It takes a while, and you got to get used to it.
Yeah. And for me, what I've seen is the worst officiating in a long time, and probably in the history of the game. This is the worst I've seen referees where they let stuff go that should be obviously called, and then they kind of call stuff that doesn't really. It's not really a big penalty, but they'll call it. It's kind of odd, and wanted to know what you thought of that.
Well, I can't comment too much on it because I haven't watched hockey much since I retired.
Mm-hmm. And
I did watch 3 of the playoff games so far, and I was trying to get a feel for it. I just think there's so many young rookies in it. There's no way around it with 32 teams.
yeah,
You're not going to get consistency, but they'll learn as we all did.
yeah, and yeah. So the
They
hockey.
first to get the jurisdiction from the office. How do they want it? And sometimes they want it called tighter, and it's up to the head office of how do they want this game called.
Yeah. Do you think they're protecting the stars? Maybe. Do you see that happening a lot? Where?
No, I don't.
No.
And why should they?
Yeah.
The star player should be just like the last player on the team.
Mm-hmm.
If he's going to get what you will see is they're going to pick on the star player because they're the ones that are going to kill him.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
And what about?
It's just up to the referees. The referees got to call a game. And once he gets his style, leave it alone.
Yeah. What about when the time you refed, you let them play in the playoffs? You didn't call it too tight of a too many penalties. You let them play.
Yes, we did. But if you look at every one of us, we're about 15-year veterans.
Yeah, it's a lot of
15
experience.
and 20-year veterans. I mean, they knew how we called the game. There's no surprises.
And you let them fight when they needed to fight.
Well, even then, back then, I used to be criticized because I let them play more than any other official.
That's why the
But
players
that's
like you.
the way I started, I was always the same.
Yeah.
When I was brought into the league, and they wanted somebody to let them play a little more, and so I did. I got criticized by some supervisors, I'm sure, which is understandable. But I never changed my style because it's important. How you want to call a game? Make sure you call everyone the same way. You can't call a lot of penalties tonight and then let them go tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I continued my style throughout the 10 years. I know it was 30 years.
Yeah.
35 years or something.
Yeah.
I'm getting old now. I don't even remember how many years it was there.
You did a lot of games, more experience on everybody in this game, and The one
Well, this
thing,
is it. When
yeah,
we did the players, you always, of course, that was when first we started, there's only 6 teams.
yeah. So you saw the
And
same
so
games.
what did you do?
Yeah,
You only got one style to go through. I mean, as everybody knew how you refereed,
yes,
and we knew how they played.
yeah,
So there was a differential, that's for sure, between the older referee and the younger one.
yeah,
Uh, but they had a lot of experience to look upon. Or
yeah.
today, the majority are young people trying to make a name for themselves.
It's gonna take a while.
Yeah, sure, it's going to
Yeah,
take a while.
yeah.
It took a while before.
And they keep
I
changing the
started
rules.
off, there were 13 of us.
Yeah, wow, that's not many.
Yeah.
Now, now there's over
And
100.
that was 6 referees and 5 linesmen.
That was it.
So you saw the same people at every game. They're all experienced people.
Yeah.
Or now with 32 teams. I don't know how it's going to work out, but they'll learn.
I saw a highlight back in the day on, like from the 70s, and where the ref, kind of like a boxing referee, just said, he clapped his hand like, "Go ahead and start fighting." You just don't see that today.
No, well, that's the ruling out of the league office. I guess they want them called tighter,
Yeah.
and they did. Back then, it was rougher hockey.
Oh yeah.
Today, it's faster, but it's not rougher.
No. More finesse. Yeah. Completely different.
That's right.
Yeah.
You got. These kids can skate now, like windmills.
Yeah. That's a different. Skates are better. Equipment's lighter. It all makes a difference.
Everything's better. That's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the biggest thing I notice most is the speed now.
Hmm.
Everybody can skate.
Yes.
They're in a hurry. They play a different style now. They come out, shoot the puck back to the defenseman, and start over again. We never did that in the past, but
No.
that's a new way of doing it.
It's very different.
Yeah.
Yeah. More dump and chase too back then. I don't see that as much
Right.
anymore.
But I don't think it's as rough as it used to be.
No, definitely not. It's mellowed down a
I
lot.
probably got to have a lot more talented players now, even though we have
Yes.
32 teams. It's a lot of players coming in.
Yes, definitely. More drafts too. And any players that you saw in the playoffs that played different in your time than regular season, where they're like just calm and mellow during the season, but when the playoffs came, they were a completely different person. Did you ever see any of those players?
Oh, yes, you do. I think some get braver in the playoffs. I don't know why.
Maybe because the game's on the line.
They're going to get, if they don't play the man, play the puck, back check, everything's speed now.
Yeah.
You know.
What was your rule on back then when the guy passes the puck, and how many seconds did he have before he can hit him, or would be called a charging penalty? How many seconds did you give them?
I don't think we gave him any seconds.
They just hit after
We
the.
just figured if it was charging,
Mhm.
if he's skating after him and then he coasts into him,
Mhm.
it looks bad. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. He's hitting a player to set the puck.
Yeah.
And I mean, nowadays, they're going so fast now.
Yeah.
Is when you get somebody take somebody out along the boards or even a center ice, it looks worse than it is because of the speed. The speed of the player now makes it look that way.
Yes. And
But this game involves hitting. Fans like hitting. They get excited. And, You don't want people just get out there skating up and down the ice. We're not figure skaters,
It looks like a pickup
you
game.
know. And the teams, the lesser teams, they play real hockey,
Yeah.
and it's to their benefit. If they can't beat you by playing, they'll beat you by beating you up.
Do you think it'll ever go back to the style that you used to ref?
No, I don't. I don't think so. I don't know why, but I don't think so. The style is different. We're playing like the Russians now. All of a sudden, carry the puck through the red line. And if I can't get it in, then they pass back and they start again.
Yeah.
I notice that more so now.
Yeah. Me too.
That kind of style. Before we used to, or if he's all by himself, he's shooting it in and chasing like hell into the corner, trying to beat the defenseman to the puck.
Yeah. Dump and chase. Not anymore.
I think the talent's there. I mean, even though we have 32 teams, there's a lot of talent on the ice now.
Yeah.
And that's because, it opened up so these kids now, rather than playing in the minors, are upstairs.
Yeah. Do you think that goalies should be fair game if they go into the trapezoid area?
I think the goaltenders, I don't know. No, there should be fair game because then we have a riot for sure.
But if
you take the caller out from behind the net when he's back there, you're going to get, all of a sudden you're going to get 20 people involved. They'll come off the bench.
Yeah. I saw the goalie for St. Louis body check a player.
Yeah.
But then, should he be fair game if he body checks? I mean, that's what I'm getting to.
Damn right. Damn right. You can call it interference or anything you like.
Mm-hmm. So, definitely then, okay. I think like if they decide to go into the trapezoid, that area where it's not allowed for the goalies, but if they decide to go in there, that's on own risk. The player could check them just if they go in there. Kind of make it more interesting. I would like to see that.
Yep.
And
well, I still think there's too many people in the crease. That's the big thing I noticed. I mean, in every goal scored, there's people in the crease. They're on the edge and they're in the crease as a goal scored because they're all charging the goal.
Yes.
I don't know. I think we're allowing too many. A lot of goals have been scored with people in the crease.
So you'd limit that.
But that's my opinion. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's wrong, but that's what I see.
Do you think they'll ever eliminate fighting and checking from the game?
No.
You don't think so? You think they'll keep fighting?
No, I hate to say it, but that's part of the game. The speed they're hitting now, you get checked. I mean, you can feel it. So you're going to get some guys going to get up after he got hit and hurt.
Yeah.
And he's going to defend himself because now he's mad. I mean,
but
that goes with the game. It doesn't matter if you're, it's like being outside. Run in or something. You're ready to fight or something.
But you don't think they'll check? You don't think they'll take the checking away, like say 10, 20 years from now? You think they'll keep the checking, or you think?
No. We're not figure skaters.
No.
Hockey, because when hockey is rough, people enjoy it.
Yeah.
People that enjoy rough hockey, fighting, what have you, and then you have fans that want to see good hockey. Without the checking, but not stupidity. But we're always going to have both sides.
Yeah, the skills, definitely everybody's skilled, but definitely I'd like to see more body checking and,
Well, that's it. I mean, the skill kills you. So, I mean, the defenseman on that team has been told, take this guy out, slow him up somehow. Mm-hmm. Hitting's part of our game, and now the defensemen, God, they're all 6'6". So.
Yeah, big guys.
That's a lot of weight behind you.
Yeah.
But as far as carrying the puck, I think that's more of the players are skilled in carrying the puck.
Yeah.
And a lot of them try to go the distance, and that's a little different than it used to be.
I never saw anybody carry the puck through the middle when I played. And today, I see between the dots, everybody's carrying the puck through the middle, just is so open that nobody's going to touch them.
See, exactly. See, they noticed that.
Yeah.
They had to do something. So there's one thing about the offensive player is going to find a way to beat the defensive player
Yeah.
back and forth. So that you block one style, then all of a sudden something else will come up.
What would you do about so if you're a ref in today and say there's a clean body check, and then all of a sudden they start fighting about it? What would you add another instigator aggressor rule if they run into fight after a clean hit?
No, just give the one. I mean, the one that started it.
Because what happens every
First
time I
man
see
in
a body
should get
check,
it.
they go to fight.
Now, if everybody joins, whoever else joins in, then they should get the penalty too.
Okay. Because every time there's a clean body check, and they go in just to want to fight, they don't like to get hit at all today. The players are a little bit different. And,
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's the guy you got to look at first and say, look, calm down. I got the penalty or I don't have it.
yeah.
But don't get yourself in trouble.
Yeah.
The check was a good check, so it's no use trying to retaliate. It's going to cost you.
A lot of guys have their heads down today, I notice, when they're coming down the middle. I see a lot of players with heads down.
This is it. They're skating so fast now that, they keep them going down to see where the puck's still on their stick.
Yeah. That's what I noticed. Yeah. The coaches have to change too. I notice a lot of coaches getting fired because they're old school coaches.
Oh boy, what a difference. Every time I pick up a paper, I know there's that many more coaches involved, but my heaven. I mean, all you hear now is if you lose a series, well, this coach is gone.
Yeah.
I mean, what is the stupidity of everything?
Players are getting paid a lot of money.
This is now, you got 32 teams, and it's not 4 or 6 teams.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's hard to figure out what style to play against each team. It might work on one team, and tomorrow night it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Because it all depends who you're playing.
Yeah. How many teams would you have in the league if you're commissioner or, deciding on what would be ideal?
What's ideal is, I guess that 12 teams is a league, but now that North America is so large, everybody wants a team. So, I mean, it gets to be, we're into the money market now.
Yeah. I just think with less teams, it'd be more skill. I mean, better third and fourth line.
No question, less team, more skill. You have to play this game to get the skill. So, I mean, less teams, that means the top players are getting more ice time.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I think they'll straighten themselves out. I mean, some of the small teams that we thought were young, small teams that weren't too good. I mean, this year, hell, they surprised you out of some of these teams.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they're playing excellent hockey. But that's the reason that is because they're playing rather than sitting on their ass on the bench.
Yeah. And Toronto got into the second round for the first time in a long time. And
that's right.
And
I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, they've been a good team for 3 or 4 years, and they lost 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
Now they got a tough team to play right now. And after that game last night.
What do you think was wrong with Toronto over the years that they didn't make it? What would you point? When you were ref,
I don't know.
They had
I mean, some of the superstars were excellent. Then they got in the playoffs, and all of a sudden they didn't know how to score anymore.
Yeah. 70s and 80s, they also had rough
It happens with teams. I mean, depending on your stars, and sometimes they don't show up.
Yeah.
And the coach has got to live with it.
And yeah, the coach is the one to blame always.
Yeah, blame the coach. He can't
Yeah,
score the goal.
from the bench. Yeah,
Especially from the bench.
I mean, you refed a lot at the Maple Leaf Garden. You saw the teams of the '70s and '80s, and they
Yeah,
never had good teams. What was the reason? Would you say overall?
I don't know.
It's,
It was hard to believe. I mean, they were never up there first and second.
no,
And every year they were struggling. You had some good players. I mean, people wanted to play for Toronto. It was one of the senior teams.
yeah,
And they had some stars, but they never had a team of stars.
yeah. Just wondering, like, what you thought, because you were there to see it, and I was wondering if Harold Ballard had a lot to do with it.
Well, he definitely had a lot to do with it. He was a different person altogether. Talked to him many times. I've met him on the street, and if he sees, he stops him and wound up talking for half an hour.
Well,
But we're talking about everything but hockey. That's the way he is.
did he
You
know
know?
much? Was he a knowledgeable guy about hockey, or was he just an owner that loved the team? I
No,
mean,
but he hired some important individuals, and it's a surprise. I don't know what happened in Toronto when it was a 6-team league. Even they're having trouble.
yeah, that was '67. Was
But I mean, there's no excuse this year. Or the last 3 years, they've had a good team, one of the top teams, and hell, they haven't moved in the playoffs.
yeah,
Some players just play better in the playoffs.
yeah.
On different teams,
There was,
and that makes the difference. Or all of a sudden, some rookie comes out and does what you don't expect him to do, and that's what the whole game's all about. But the stars have got to show these people how to do it.
yeah. They get a lot of ice time, so they better do it.
That's it.
Yeah. Who do you think's gonna win? Do you have any predictions? We're in the going into the second round of the playoffs right now. So if people don't know,
Well, Toronto's got to worry about who they're playing.
Yeah.
Because they've been there before. They know how to play this game.
Yeah. Goaltending's everything.
It's funny because it's Florida, but I don't know. They must be giving everybody a sunstroke or something.
The goaltending, I think, is the big deal. If you have a hot goalie going in, that's always,
Well, there's the thing I noticed. The style, goaltending.
Yes.
I mean, they're flopping all over the place because shots are being taken from every angle. And there's always now the new style. Plant 3 of your players in front of the goaltender and hope that he can't see the puck coming at him. And if he does come at him and it lands on somebody, then you got the rebound. It's a different game.
Yeah, for sure.
Completely different game. We used to play. There was wide out past the puck. Now it's just get one man in each corner and pass the puck around. Hopefully somebody gets a slap shot on the net.
Yeah.
And get a rebound. And that's the way we play this game now.
Yeah. Goaltending styles changed a lot. I mean, I see a difference.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, look at the kid last night, all the shots he got on.
Yeah. Yeah,
You're getting up to 40 shots is ridiculous.
Yeah. It's a different game.
But that's the way the game is. It's wide open.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if your team is now, it's a short shift because they're moving both ways. There's no such thing as come back slowly.
No. They, without the red line, it's definitely more stretch passes is the biggest thing I've seen.
I'll tell you what, two things I still would like to see.
Yes.
Take the extra 2 linesmen on the ice. What the hell do we need them there for? I mean, referees are good skaters. They got to go up and down with the play. But all we're allowing is why they can't is you're making that pass. You're allowed to make that pass from your zone
Yeah.
all the way up to the other blue line. I think we made a mistake doing that, but who the hell's going to listen to me?
So you would get rid of the linesman, so you only have two referees.
Yeah, you know that. The ice is small enough. These referees have to skate. If you couldn't skate, don't become a referee. You have to be a good skater, and you gotta let them follow the play up and down. Because all of a sudden there's just two more referees out there.
And also the video review.
Then all of a sudden we have a dispute.
Yeah.
And we have four referees standing in the crease talking it over. I mean, I only want to see one guy in there talking over the main referee, but now we have 2 and 2.
And you have the off ice officials too. So that's like maybe 10 guys out.
I mean, last night you had one, remember that double penalty for high sticking?
Yeah.
What the hell was that for? I mean, at the end of the game, all of a sudden, the puck gets up in the air, and then when they go on the camera to see it, well, the camera was wrong because it was still outside the crease, but they wanted it facing off inside the crease. I mean, even the guy upstairs making a mistake.
So I would. I'm not a big fan of the video review on everything. I think maybe for the goal, that's about it.
No, it should. Look, we ran that perfectly.
You did? Okay.
When we started that, it was run perfectly. We had nothing changed on the ice. I mean, now, we're seeing going to cameras for everything.
Yeah.
I mean, how come our coaches before, he still had the camera upstairs if he wanted it, but it was hardly used. When I retired, we had a review by camera, 21 seconds was our average.
Uh-huh.
And so I was looked at it in a hurry and decided in a hurry. Well, you're starting to put 3 or 4 guys looking at it because you have 4 linesmen or 4 referees. What the hell? All of a sudden, there seems to be so many people standing in a crease figuring out what happened.
Do you think the coaches use that as an advantage to give their guys extra break? You know what I mean? So they'll say, hey, can you review it? And then give the guys a little extra break on the bench. Do you think that
happens? Yeah, but that's where the referee says, no, I don't need to review it. I know the answer.
Yeah. It slows the game down for sure. I mean...
Oh, it does.
Yeah. But that's what I see, though. Those are it's a lot of stuff has changed. I mean, in the last 10 years, it's a lot.
The game's changed. You're going to change some more.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll make some changes for next year.
I don't know about the players if they're coachable, because the attitude's a little different with the players now too. So coaches,
I would imagine so. I mean, there's so many players now.
Yeah.
It was easy to talk to. Sometimes even 12, it was easy to talk to.
Yeah.
But now, holy Christ, the teams come in. Sometimes there's 6 players from each team to dispute something.
Yeah.
Well, they're trying to do their best. Those that are trying are successful, but we're going to have a lot of complaints on different things. But that's what we call growing pains.
Yeah. Speaking of players, how many players did a team dress back in the day? Was it 20 with the goalies, or was it less than that when you were reffing in the original 6 years?
18 to 20, I think.
So
20 was the max.
So they had 4 lines even back then?
That's right.
Okay. So I wasn't sure if they had 3 lines or 4 lines.
Well, some of the teams had 3, but it came up to 4.
Okay.
Sometimes the fourth line didn't play that much, but it was there in case
Okay.
rest period.
Yeah. Yeah. Wally, I
But
want to.
nowadays, the game's so fast, you're using 4 lines.
Yeah. Need 4 lines for sure. Yeah. Want to thank you so much for coming on and talking to me. It was an honor to have
It's
you.
my pleasure.
And yeah, we'll see how it goes in the playoffs.
All right.
You got it, buddy. Have a great day. Thank you so much.
Good luck for the winner.
Yes, absolutely. Talk to you soon.
I will. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye bye.